Welcome to Everlasting Summer Part 60. Can you believe we're on the 60th episode of this? Jesus Christ, it's like I've been doing a video for, three videos every week. Oh yeah. So, in the last episode we beat Yulia's route, Yulia's ending. We took her route, we finished the game, we finished the game. Like, we got what is called, at least by the community, what I've seen, the true ending. So that's interesting, and Yulia, I guess, is your consciousness, as we're now learning. I did the other choices, like Slavia and choose Elisa and all those things when you're in the bed. It's just the same thing. The only thing that would have been different is my voice, because it's just a new girl says good morning, and then after that, all the text, all the dialogue, everything is the exact same. So, when we were here, there was a second choice, to keep going to the city instead of going back. Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze. Last time we chose to go back. Today, and for the foreseeable future, we are going to keep going. Damn that Sovionic. There's no camp, there are no pioneers. And it really doesn't matter why I arrived there. My priority is to get out quickly. I'll go forward. As soon as I start recording this is when I'm feeling like sick, which is stupid because I just recorded Minecraft. I shrugged my shoulders, trying to express a minimum of interest. Yulia stared hard at me for some time, but then took a couple steps forward, as if inviting me to follow her. Well, are you going? It seemed like, for the first time today, we got a bit closer to the city, like 100 meters or so. Woo! I was almost sure that I would reach it. Then I heard sounds of a car— ow. Well, not ow, just like hi. I heard sounds of a car horn from behind. A bus, an Icarus, approached us fast. Buses have totally different horns than cars, cutting through the night darkness with its lights. What are you doing, Spirit? Hey, she knows her name. I stepped to the roadside. Yulia wasn't around. How did she manage to appear and disappear so unnoticeably? The bus slowed to a stop next to me. The door opened and Olga stepped out. What the hell? Semyon, why didn't you come back? I asked you to. I could ask you the same thing. You said a disaster had happened, and now you— Okay. She suddenly softened. Spirit, leave me alone. No! Come on. Get on the bus. What? And what about the city? That's why we're going there. To see for ourselves. I hesitated. On the one hand, it would be faster to go by bus. This road should lead to the city. On the other hand, the actions of the camp leader seemed strange. We're going in the same direction for the time being anyway. Okay. I agreed and got on the bus. The Icarus went in the direction of the mysterious city, bouncing over the bumps. It was too slow in my opinion. I was so tired that my eyes started to close. And what about Yulia? Did I just leave her alone there? It looked like all the pioneers who had been in Sovionic had gotten onto the bus. Maybe she wanted to say something to me. However, regardless of my struggle with Morpheus, my loud snoring sounded from the back seat within a couple of minutes. I swear to God, if this is another ending that lasts like 4 minutes, everything is over now. Or not. I wanted to get out so badly and to not fall asleep. Is exhaustion the reason? Probably not. It was like I got close. It was like I got a dose of sedative. People can't lose consciousness just like that. And I never suffered from narcolepsy. Narcolepsy is a real thing, man. It's dangerous. My thoughts— ow. I crossed my legs, so I put one leg down and I took the headphones, almost took the headphones with it. I don't know how these things still work. My thoughts flowed fast and calm, like a wide river. Nothing interfered with their flight because I was sleeping. But, at the same time, it felt like I was conscious. Lucid dreaming? I'm about to open my eyes and— An old, chipped ceiling was looking down at me. A big crack divided it in two parts lengthwise, as if threatening to drop the upper floors on me. The computer fans sounded peacefully, but strained. Thousands of specks of dust danced beautifully in the air. The wind wailed outside the window, licking the frost-covered glass, then flying away, twirling their snowflakes in its wake. The bright, winter-cold moon looked down at my world, winking merrily. There was a ringing in my heavy head, and I felt dizzy. A nasty aftertaste filled my mouth, as if I had eaten the contents of an ashtray and washed them down with a bottle of vodka. Of course, vodka. The realization didn't come at once. I was intending to go somewhere yesterday, and I had a strange dream about summer, a camp, pioneers, and their camp leader, about a strange cat girl and a distant city. I always forget the end of my dreams. Did I get to the city or not? Wait a minute. Was that really a dream? I spent nearly a week in that camp. However, the clock didn't agree with me. According to it, only about 12 hours had passed. I sat up on the bed and tried to remember. My feelings and emotions were really vivid, but the events of that dream were covered in fog. I remembered girls, their tears and smiles. I remembered joy. They never cried. They barely even smiled. I remembered joy and sadness that we experienced together, but their faces and figures were concealed by shadow. Well, I suppose after we've done all these routes, I'm supposed to be conscious about that. And there was a mine of some sort, a bomb shelter, and then an island, and a departure. And those damn grasshoppers, which disturbed my sleep. And Slavia, and Lena, and Elisa, and Ilyana, and Masha, and Yulia. But there was something else, something beyond the dream. My life after, seemingly a new level of existence. Yes, I had woken up many times, met those girls while being awake in this world, and then everything started all over again. I am conscious of all those. This huge load of information just couldn't settle in my head. My memory was overflowing. No, I got loads of memory. I was forgetting something every second, and I couldn't understand what was real and what was not. All the events of the camp blended into one fantastic picture, a collage made from hundreds of works by hundreds of artists with different styles. Scraps of feelings, shadows of emotions, parts of memories. My life was ripped apart and clumsily sewn back together, and the result was something like that disfigured doll I had found in the old camp together with Ilyana. Wait, or was it with Slavia? Nah, I think I was with Ilyana. I'm pretty positive. That night search for sure flew before my eyes with all its details, but I couldn't remember the face of the girl who was with me that time. The dream was getting more foggy with every moment. Will it be forgotten soon? I can't let that happen. I must remember. Even without details, even without faces, maybe even without names. I'm sure it's not just a dream. It's something bigger, something very important to me. A voice started to ring in my head, and it was not mine. It was someone else's. It was quiet and distant at first, but it was growing louder with every moment, and soon I could almost make out the words. But it was probably just my imagination. But it's probably just my imagination. One electrical brain impulse contained more thoughts than 1,000 books. I remembered something in that dream I had left unfinished. The city? No, I had reached the city. Yulia! From the depths of my consciousness, the image of a cat girl arose. She stared at me furiously and moved her ears in a funny way. Was it not a dream? Was the week I had spent in the camp not a dream? I walked around the room, looked out the window. The outside world was the same as yesterday. I was on the verge of going insane. The silence of my flat was disturbed by the ringing of the doorbell. Who might that be at such an hour? I didn't want to open the door at first. I was even afraid, but then thought that it was a good opportunity to check. Was this a dream? People in the dream and in reality are totally different. I'll open the door and see. I made it to the entrance in 2 leaps, pulling on the door handle without even looking in the peephole, and... Ah, that's bright. I'm looking away because my screen is stupidly bright. Oh, hi. The girls stood in front of the door. Lena, Miku, Slavia, Liana, and Elisa? I just noticed Elisa has like reddish orange eyes. That's something I seriously never noticed. The girls from the camp. But something had changed about them. You don't say! Slavia looks like frickin' Ellen DeGeneres! I didn't remember every detail of their appearance in the dream. However, Slavia's hairdo and Ilyana seemed taller. A heavy silence hung in the air for a moment. I was petrified, my thoughts frozen, feeling no fear or any other emotions. The girls seemed not to be surprised at all. Hi, Slavia said happily. Why are you standing around like a dummy? Exclaimed Ilyana. How do you... I got words onto my tongue, but couldn't form a sensible question out of them. I had so many things to ask at once. Calm down, girls. You shouldn't shock a person like this. I remembered Lena at once, remembered our life after the camp, and Slavia, that conversation at the night bus stop. And Ilyana, our encounter at the university, and Elisa at my concert, and even Masha in the other world. But how? Well, yes, to cut a long story short. Elisa started to speak casually. Don't be so surprised. Did you think you were the only one? And so... Fuck, what is Miku's voice? Uh-oh. I don't remember Miku's voice, this is bad. In Slavonic? That's my guess. Yes, in Slavonic. You weren't the only one. We were there too. But how do you all together here? The point is that every one of us had her own camp, and you had yours. I mean, in ours you behaved differently. Slavia sounded awkward. Really differently. You chased me with that cake. I barely managed to escape. I don't remember Mickey's voice. Oh my god! Turned out that we remembered everything before you did, and understood that they were not just dreams. I don't remember Miku's voice. I give up. Wait, but how is it? Only 1 day has passed. No, it's gone on much longer. At first I thought so too, that only I had dreams about the camp. But then people from there started to become more real. You started too. Or you started too. She sighed deeply. And those horrors. Seems like Lena will start crying any second now. Stop it already. I told you 1,000 times it wasn't him. It was another Semyon. Cat won't fuck off. What does that mean, another Semyon? You see, there are many such dreams, many camps, everyone has a personal one, and in each of them you behave in different ways. Somewhere it is like that. She looked at Lena with sadness and went on. Many of your incarnations told us about other camps and other versions of it, but we were just dolls there, playing preset roles. I'm not some doll! Liana was outraged. We got tired of that, of course. We started to look for an exit, and one time I got into Miku's world. Don't call me that! But I remember the camp was completely different there. We were shooting a movie, and... What's the difference? In any case, the dream repeated. Well, then we managed to connect the rest of the worlds into one for all 5 of us, and from there, it was all in the bag. How the fuck do you do that? Just don't... Whoa. Hit your desk and don't question it. Elisa smiled, and I recognized that smile. The only thing left was to find you. To find me? Why? I also don't remember Slavia's voice. The only voice I remember right now is Lena's, Liana's, fucking hit everything, why don't you? Jesus! Barely Elisa's, and I remember Yulia's better. To find me? Why? I certainly wasn't against it. Everything fell into place at last. Slavonic, pioneers, the camp leader, these girls. What about Yulia? Who? Yulia, the cat girl. Didn't you see her? Yes, someone did mention something about that. How could that... I still felt somewhat guilty about leaving Yulia. That's how it is. Each of us had only one world of our own, and you had many of them. And then we understood that only you were connected with reality. Wait, so they're not real people? Why is Lena, like, still in a uniform? She looks like she's still in a uniform, at least. How did you understand that? The pioneer told us. I mean, the you who claimed to have been in that dream for a long time. Some weirdo. Probably gone completely bananas. I couldn't get everything they were saying straight in my mind. Okay, wait. Put all my thoughts together. I'm like him. Like, I don't understand this. Also, it looks like I'm looking through, like, the peephole, because look at the side of the door here. It's all angled instead of being straight. It's like, blah, and blah. Then that camp was not a dream. Everything has been going on for a long time. There were many camps which had me and you, but each of you had one, and I had many. Nah, I don't understand. That's about right. Stop sulking. You're so boring. It was a lot of fun. For example, I never visited a pioneer camp. You probably hadn't either. But who is behind all this, and why? The government! That's why we came out, to find out. That's why we came, to find out. Blah. But how did you find me? Suddenly I felt doubt and even fear. Lena pinched me at once. Ouch. Just in case you thought you were dreaming. It wasn't difficult. Your copies could certainly be talkative, if they wanted to. Or if you forced them to, Lena added quietly. So, first we met in real life, and then we came to you. Greet your guests. Unbelievable. My life turned upside down in the blink of an eye. Obviously, I didn't remember this dream, or dreams as girls said, in full detail, but I felt too that the camp was something bigger than that. It brought us together, at first there and now here. Only the question of Yulia still remained. But might I know the answer? I feel like I should have done this ending first, but oh well, I know the answer. I could just forget it, just like I forgot many other things. Okay, I hope you tell me everything in detail. Sure. That's what we're here for. Then her voice changed. Well, come in. Don't stand on the doorstep. Tea, coffee, dance? I added, trying to calm down and come to myself. Come to me, Semyon. Myself. Lena's eyes glared. Alright, we'll save the dancing for later. Just trying to be nice, you know, whatever. They're staring at me. Okay, bye. Oh, that's the end of this one. What the shit? Ah, I should have done this one first. I could have done it in one episode and started some of that. Every story has its beginning and its end. Every story has its canvas, synopsis, content, key moments, prologues, and epilogues. And there's no book that, rereading it, would not reveal new details you hadn't noticed before. But every book has a last page, and after turning it over, we put the book on the shelf, just to open a new one tomorrow. I think we're going to open a new one tonight. Try Lena's bad end. I have a text document from a viewer, thank you, whose name I don't remember. Shit, I feel bad about that. I'm pretty sure you'll make yourself known in the comments, though. But I have a thing for getting Lena's bad out, so we'll try that. Harem Master 80 level. Harem End. That's the achievement I just got. You can't see it. I have Steam overlay open. Harem End. It's called Harem End, and the tooltip for it is Harem End. So this was the harem ending. Part of the true ending. Cool. So yeah, I think we're gonna try Lena's bad end for the last 10 minutes of this episode because it's only been 20 minutes, little under 20 minutes. Is that the camp leader? Because damn, she's cute. At least when drawn like that. I like how Ilyana's got her tongue out, just like, you can't see that because I don't use a webcam. Thank you and goodbye for now. Oh, this is what it's showing me for the ending. It's flashing all the images, whereas in the last one it flashed all the girls in the bed. This one's flashing all the images of all the places. Oh, that made it lag. I've never seen Lena in a bathing suit. I just realized that. That is weird. I will see you in a minute. Well, it'll be literally a second for you, but it's gonna take me a minute to get around. So We're gonna try to do Lena's bad ending. We're getting down to 2 choices. The last 2 choices, apparently. Actually, sorry, the last choice. We're down to 1 choice. It says, do not interfere. And apparently this is Lena's bad route. Also, we figured out it's Lord's Game... let me scroll back up. Lord's Game Channel. I have it written down in the notepad. I'll put a list. This is very... By the way, this is the last choice. Do not interfere. This is a very detailed list. I'll put it up right here. I mean everything, like even the go left, go right thing when you're in the mines. But this is new text, so I decided whatever happens, it doesn't concern me. But on the other hand, how can I remain indifferent? Am I a real man? No, I'm not. What are you doing? Hey, I said do not interfere, bitch. I ran over to the fallen girl and tried to figure out if she was alive at all. Are you completely out of your mind? If you want me to leave, to shut up, or to do anything else, fine. But this is turning into a complete madhouse. Maybe you need a straitjacket so nobody else will get injured. Lena stood, clenching her fist. You could even break your hand with such a blow. You don't understand anything. The tears welled up, flowing down her face, and she fled from the square. It seemed to me that I could still hear Lena sobbing while I was bringing Elisa around. Finally, she came back to consciousness. You alive? Are you okay? She looks alive to me. Lisa moved her jaw from left to right. I'll live. I helped her up. I told you about her. Well, that doesn't matter now. You have to get to the infirmary. It's too late for the infirmary. I'll have a good night's rest, and in the morning I'll go there. Wait, doesn't she room? No, she rooms with Ileana, right? I hope. Okay, then I'll go with you. I can't refuse. I can't get her voice right either. Lisa said, trying to give me a smile. I'm not a professional voice actor, so what do you expect? All the way we kept silent. She was probably not really able to talk, and I couldn't find the right words to say. All this was a real shock to me. I find myself a mere spectator of a drama in which I just took on the main part. Right, Lena rooms with Miku. Masha. I like Miku better. After the door closed behind Elisa, I stood for a long time and looked at her cabin. What should I do after all this? Fatigue overcame me. I had to sleep. I think Lena is now in a state in which she is unlikely to adequately assess reality. Have I read this? I have. What are we doing here? Did we? Yep. We did. We fucked Lena. Woo! So I guess this is in the aftermath. We just get up, we put our clothes on. Miku's somehow nowhere to be found. You ever notice that? She's a witch, clearly, because she has a broomstick. It was close to 10 p.m. Well, it's probably time to get up. I gave Lena a gentle nudge on the shoulder. She opened her eyes. Good morning. Well, evening, in fact. It's 10 p.m., you asshole! It's fucking nighttime. Hi! She smiled tenderly. Time to get up, sleepyhead. Are you in a hurry? Well, no. But we're completely alone together in this camp. So what? She took a good look at me. Well, nothing. Right, I forgot this. We, missed the bus or something. When will Olga return? Is it that important to you? I feel like I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. This is it, guys. I'm dead. She got a heavy look on her face. Well, without food, we're going to die here. I told you. I laughed. You're free to leave, then. She looked away, turned towards the wall. But how can I leave? On the bus, of course. Can you fuck off? It's my cat. She's been doing this all night for the last, hour and a half. I'm gonna fucking strangle her. Not really. No. Not really. She just annoys me. There are no buses here. Then why do you think there's a bus stop for a bus route 410 here? Frankly, I don't know. I told Olga that I had some matters to urgently resolve here with you, and we'd come later. What? Felt like I've been struck by lightning. Thunderstruck! No? Okay. I didn't know what I should be more surprised about. The fact that there are buses passing here, or by the fact that the camp leader agreed to leave 2 pioneers behind in an empty camp just like that. I mean, yeah, a boy and a girl. What I said. You mean that we can leave? Go on, no one's holding you. She said all that while sitting utterly still. In fact, so still that her words gave me grave, cold chills. Okay, I'm sorry I reacted that way. It's just, everything that's happened today has been a total surprise for me. You didn't look too surprised a few hours ago. I probably said something wrong. Never put your dick in crazy. Completely wrong. Well, don't get offended. We won't be staying here till the end of times, right? If there's a way to leave. Lena didn't say anything. I looked at her back and tried to understand what she was thinking. Fine, she exclaimed cheerfully, after a pause, then jumped off the bed and started to dress quickly. Come on, pack your stuff. Meet me at the square in 10 minutes. She's gone British already. That was fast. Lena leaned over and gave me a passionate kiss. Alright. I stepped out of her cabin and ran to the camp leader's cabin. Frankly speaking, I had almost nothing to pack. Tossed my winter clothing into a bag, shoved my phone into my pocket, and headed to the square. I think we got Lena's bad ending, though, at least, because this is all new text. 15 minutes have passed already, but Lena still wasn't here. Yeah, it's definitely new text. I just couldn't remember for a second there, because it's been a while since we did a Lena's route, like 40 episodes. Oh, shit. Not that many episodes. Maybe 20. Still a lot. I justified it with the fact that she had lots of stuff to pack, and, accordingly... Oh yeah, that's why Miku wasn't there! Okay, that explains it, never mind. Sorry. Just that thought came to me. I justified it with the fact that she had lots of stuff to pack, and, accordingly, she needs much more time to get ready. However, she didn't come in even in half an hour, and I started to suspect something. My legs ushered me to her cabin before I realized it. This is very loud. I flung the door open and saw Lena lying on the bed.